the ground without fear. Every step since the accident had been measured, rehearsed, protected by metal braces and cautious hands, while the world around her moved on without waiting. Inside a bright, echoing car workshop filled with the smell of oil and steel, a moment was about to unfold that no one in that building, especially not a billionaire family that had exhausted every option money could buy, was prepared for. Before the story goes any further, take a second. If you believe in kindness, in second chances, and in the quiet power of ordinary people doing extraordinary things, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope today, comment below where you're watching from, and subscribe to Kindness Corner. Your support keeps stories like this alive. The girl's name was Aria Whitmore, 16 years old, once unstoppable on a soccer field, now carefully balancing her weight as if gravity itself had turned against her. 2 years earlier, a high-speed collision had shattered her leg and damaged the nerves beyond what surgeons expected to repair. Her mother, Celeste Whitmore, was a self-made billionaire who owned medical tech companies and private clinics across continents. When the doctor said recovery would be slow, she made it faster. When they said it would be expensive, she made it irrelevant. When they finally said there was nothing more to be done, she refused to accept it. Aria had access to the best hospitals, the most advanced robotic therapy, private specialists flown in from around the world. Yet every breakthrough came with a ceiling, and Aria kept hitting it. Walking without assistance became the impossible line no one could cross. The workshop they stood in that day was not supposed to matter. It was only there because Aria's custom adaptive vehicle needed a modification, and the dealership subcontracted the work to a local mechanic known for precision. That mechanic was a single father named Rowan Hale. He lived in a small rented house on the edge of town, raised his 8-year-old son alone after his wife passed away, and worked long hours to keep life steady. Years before, Rowan had been a competitive runner until a workplace accident crushed his knee. Doctors told him the same words they told Aria: limited recovery, permanent adjustment. He never returned to racing, but he learned his body again, inch by inch, movement by movement, driven not by technology but patience. When Rowan saw Aria step into the shop with her brace, something in him paused. Not pity, not curiosity, recognition. He finished the work on the car quickly, but instead of stepping back, he asked permission to help her try something different. Celeste hesitated. She had trusted experts with walls full of credentials. A mechanic with oil-stained hands did not fit the picture of hope. But Aria looked at Rowan and nodded before her mother could refuse. She was tired of being protected from disappointment. She wanted to feel effort again. Rowan did not bring machines or promises. He adjusted her brace, checked her balance, and showed her how to shift her weight without fighting her own body. He talked about muscles waking up slowly, about trust between mind and movement, about progress that could not be rushed or bought. The workshop grew quiet as mechanics slowed their work, sensing something fragile unfolding. Celeste stood a few steps back, hands clasped tightly, her confidence in control replaced by helpless anticipation. Minutes passed that felt like hours. Aria's breathing steadied. Her shoulders relaxed. Then, almost imperceptibly, her foot pressed down, not dragged, not supported, pressed. Her knee held. Her body remembered something it had forgotten. One step became half a step, then another. No applause broke the moment. No one dared move. Celeste felt her knees weaken as tears blurred her vision. For the first time since the accident, her daughter was not surviving movement. She was owning it. The doctors had focused on fixing damage. Rowan focused on rebuilding trust. That difference changed everything. Over the next weeks, Aria returned to the shop regularly. Not because it was a clinic, but because it felt human. Rowan adjusted exercises between oil changes and school pickups. Aria fell, stood, failed, tried again. Celeste watched, not as a billionaire overseeing an investment, but as a mother witnessing resilience unfold. She realized that money had insulated her from patience. It had allowed her to skip discomfort, but healing demanded it. Aria's progress was not miraculous in the way headlines like to frame hope. It was slow, frustrating, uneven. But it was real. She began walking short distances without support, then longer ones. Her brace became lighter, then occasional. Each step carried the weight of everything she had endured and everything she still feared losing. Rowan never took credit. He said some things simply need time and someone willing to stand close without pushing. Celeste changed too. She started visiting the shop alone, bringing coffee, listening more than she spoke. She funded programs quietly, without naming rights or press releases, inspired by the idea that access should include dignity. She saw in Rowan the kind of strength money could not manufacture, and in her daughter, a courage she had underestimated. As this story nears its end, if it has touched something in you, if it reminded you that real change often comes from unexpected places, please like this video, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and engage with us. Your support tells us these stories matter. Months later, Aria walked across her school stage to accept an academic award, unassisted. In the crowd, Rowan stood with his son on his shoulders, clapping until his hands hurt. Celeste watched with tears that no longer felt heavy. The journey had not restored everything